Story recapped here. Today, I'm going to explain a thriller, horror, mystery film called Starry Eyes. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. Sarah Walker stands in front of the mirror while checking her body. Despite her beauty, her aspirations to become an actress cause her to doubt herself and be insecure about her body. She is forced to work as a waitress at a fast food restaurant while pursuing her dream to be an actress. One night, Sarah attends a party organized by her roommate's friends. A director named Danny then welcomes her when suddenly a guy hands him a flyer about an audition. Aaron, who constantly attempts to steal Sarah's roles, greets her. Aaron brags about how she's working as the main star on Danny's new project. More of their friends appear, including Ashley. Sarah's friends seem unsupportive and selfish as they either act insecure around her or don't care about her at all. While the rest of them enjoy the night, Sarah excludes herself from the crowd and leaves. On her way home, Danny follows her, asking if they could go out sometime. However, Sarah seems so focused on her phone as she finds out that she got an audition for the ad she applied for earlier. Upon hearing the news as they pass by, Tracy, her roommate, seems sincerely happy for her. On the other hand, Aaron seems to question the ad if it's even real, giving Sarah a doubt not only about the company but about herself. Meanwhile, Sarah appears very intimidated during an audition as she stutters every word in the given script. When she looks at the guide, the words in the line appear missing, causing her to panic even more. Suddenly, the paper goes blank and the line reappears again. Then blood drips from her head, causing her to scream and cry. It turns out she's having a nightmare. The following day, while waiting for her turn to audition, she scans through the script when suddenly, a woman heads out of the audition room crying. She's next in line, so she braces herself as she casually introduces herself to the casting director and her assistant. The assistant intimidates her, but Sarah makes sure to express herself and her ambitions, but the assistant cuts her off, telling her to show them what she's got instead. Sarah turns her back as she prepares herself for the role, and when she turns around, she acts as if she embodies the character. The assistant speaks for the other part, and they alternately maintain the given script. Sarah is full of emotions and performs well. However, the casting director and her assistant are both unimpressed with her audition. Feeling determined, Sarah asks for their comments, but they say they already saw what they need to see. Sarah is hesitant to go but still packs her things and leaves. Enraged at what happened, Sarah goes to a nearby bathroom to scream and rip her hair out, as she always does when alone and frustrated. When Sarah heads out of the cubicle, the casting director appears, witnessing a move that piques her interest. The director invites her back to the audition room and requests to perform what she just did inside the cubicle. Sarah is reluctant at first, but she proceeds to rip her hair until she totally loses herself in front of the critics. However, Sarah is dismissed once more, much to her dismay. She heads out of the building with her hair all over the place. She thinks that the critics made fun of her. The following morning, while she and other waitresses perform a birthday chant to one of their customers, she receives a phone call from the production company called Astrias Pictures, the one she applied for earlier. She gets a call back from the audition, but they inform her that it would be different this time. Sarah is highly delighted. However, her boss at the restaurant is not. Her boss summons her to his office and tells her his phone issues during her working hours. He tells her that he's not satisfied with her service yet understands that she's pursuing her dreams, but it affects her regular job. Sarah then quits her job to focus on her audition instead. The next day, Sarah enters the dark room for the second audition, and only the assistant's voice is her guide on the way to a spotlight where she would do the act. The casting director asks her to disrobe her dress, but she is hesitant to do that, telling them that the ad doesn't ask for nudity. However, the director assures her by stating their credibility and wants to see more of her. Sarah then removes her clothes, including her undergarments. The lights turn off, and only the flashes of the camera light her. She is shy at first, trying to cover some of her body parts, but when the director tells her to let herself transform into someone else fully, she experiences extreme euphoria and enters a trance state. She begins to exhibit mild erratic behaviors as she poses ferociously in front of the camera. When the lights are finally on, the director tells her that what she did is what they're looking for. Sarah smiles at her and notices that the director is wearing a pentagram-like necklace. She leaves the audition building with a smile, feeling sure that she will get the role. After the audition, she goes to her friends at a pool party, where everyone greets her and asks how the audition went. She is surprised that everyone knows about her audition, and it turns out that Tracy told them. She then tells them that it went well. Aaron tells Sarah that she hopes it's a legit company, But then Sarah assures her that it's Astrius Pictures Company, so she's sure that it is not a scam. Danny then supports Sarah's answer, saying that the company is legit and a real deal. Sarah then goes to the second floor, where she meets Tracy, asking her about the audition. She is delighted to know that it went well and truly wishes her the best. Their conversation is cut off short when Ashley slips beside the pool, breaking her nose. Sarah chuckles a bit, causing Tracy to give her an unbelievable look, and then leaves. That night, Sarah receives a call from the director, telling her that the producer wants to meet her. As soon as the phone hangs up, she jumps as she celebrates her success. The following evening, while her friends are hanging out outside her room, she prepares herself as she is about to meet the producer. When she heads out of her room, everyone is stunned by her look. She wears a red dress with matching red lipstick while her hair is fixed down. Erin tells her that she is overdressed. However, Tracy assures her that she looks good and even wishes her good luck. Later that night, Sarah arrives at the audition building, where the director greets her, leading her to the producer's office. She finally meets the producer, who then kisses her hand while complimenting her beauty. He tells her that he immediately likes her upon watching her audition tape, for he sees Sarah's desire and authentic self. The producer wants to capture the horror of the human spirit, prompting him to ask her why she pulls her beautiful hair out. Sarah seems confused as to why it is a big deal for everyone, but still, she answers that it's just a habit that she has done since she was little, helping her focus at the moment. The producer then offers her the role for the film Silver Screams, to which Sarah cheerfully accepts right away. As she expresses her gratitude, the producer touches her legs, making his way between her thighs. Sarah becomes frightened, asking him if she could act to show them what she could offer. However, the producer tells him that she must do it to pass the last audition, to which Sarah refuses and heads back to her apartment. When she arrives home, the traumatized woman dashes into her room and hides under the blanket. Tracy comforts her and becomes upset after learning what they asked from Sarah. When Sarah calms down, Tracy tells her how Danny wants Sarah to be part of his project and asks her to consider his offer instead. The following day, Sarah hangs out with her friends. While they are having a good time, Sarah is still bothered by what happened. She excuses herself from the crowd and drinks alone. When suddenly, Danny follows her, convincing her to be in his movie. Sarah finally accepts Danny's offer, who appears to be romantically interested in her. Danny then hands her a pill, telling her that it would be the night she will never forget. Meanwhile, at the swimming pool, Sarah doubts getting the leading role when she sees Erin kisses Danny. It reminds her of what the producer told her: their industry is a world of doers where people don't just talk about what they will do. They just do it instead. Sarah then rushes out of the pool and immediately calls the Astrius Company, who orders her to go to the producer's office in 1 hour. A little while later, Sarah dresses and travels to the office while she's intoxicated. When she arrives, the director warns her that there would be no third opportunity before entering the office. Sarah apologizes to the producer and tells him that she's willing to do everything to be a star. When the producer tells her to show him instead, Sarah kneels in front of him as she reaches his pants. The producer grabs her head, and his right hand appears to have a similar mark to the necklace of the director. Then suddenly, two men wearing a black mask and black suit appear behind the producer, who utters sacrificial words. The following day, Sarah wakes up in her room feeling sick. She leaves a voice message to the company, informing them that she feels ill after what happened last night. Later that day, her behavior becomes increasingly erratic when she's hanging out with her friends. She lets Poe photograph her while she pulls her shirt up and even pulls Tracy when she tries to stop Poe from capturing her. Sarah walks out, heading to the audition building, hoping to find answers about what's happening to her. However, no one answers her. The following morning, she experiences uncontrollable shaking throughout her body. She goes to the bathroom, and as she vomits, she notices her hair falling out. When Tracy informs her that she's been there for 2 hours, she heads out of the bathroom and continues puking in the kitchen sink. Tracy seems worried about her. However, Sarah argues with her, asking Tracy why she told their friends what happened to her with the producer. Sarah assumes that Tracy wants to see her fail, informing her that she's sick of everyone's attitude as they try to take advantage of her. Tracy snaps, telling her the reality and that Sarah's the one who seems living off her by covering 3 months of the rental fee. Sarah storms off, heads to her room, gets an envelope loaded with cash, and throws it at Tracy. After a heated argument with Tracy, Sarah retreats to her room and sees the casting director, giving her a vision of herself as a glamorous starlet. She then experiences extreme shaking once more as her body begins to deteriorate. Meanwhile, she lies in bed as if her body is decaying. She tries to walk into the bathroom and discovers herself looking horrible. Her hair and nails have almost completely fallen out, and she has blood everywhere. Sarah climbs into the bathtub, now in excruciating pain, and vomits masses of bloody maggots. She climbs off the bathtub and crawls back to her room as she receives a call from the producer, who informs her that she can continue to die or accept the transformation by giving sacrifice. That night Sarah visits Aaron's home. She goes inside and inspects the messy place, finding a knife, and grabs it. Inside her room is where Ashley and Poe sleep together, while Aaron and Danny are inside Danny's van in the yard. When Aaron heads inside the house to pee, she finds Sarah wearing a hoodie, trying to hide her horrible look. Sarah then confronts Aaron about what she did to get the leading role of Danny's project, to which Aaron responds that it's sad that she sees it like that. They argue more about that when suddenly, Aaron turns on the kitchen lights and sees Sarah's bloody face. When Aaron approaches her, Sarah slices Aaron's cheek with a knife as Aaron tries to persuade her to go to the hospital. Sarah accepts her actions and begins stabbing Aaron repeatedly. While Poe isn't back yet to his senses as he just woke up, she passes by Sarah and heads into the bathroom. While he's away, Sarah grabs the dumbbell on the floor and smashes Ashley's head with it. She hits her head until it's totally crushed. Poe witnesses what happened. When he's about to escape, he slips, and Sarah takes the opportunity to stab his back repeatedly. However, she realizes Aaron is attempting to flee, so she uses a plastic bag to suffocate her, leading her to death. On the other hand, Danny is still waiting for Aaron inside his van. When he heads out to check Aaron, he sees Sarah sitting on the couch outside. Danny asks how she is since she just ran away last time. When Danny walks towards her, Sarah stabs him over and over again until the two men suited in black uniforms and masks appear as if they're waiting for her. A little while later, the people behind Astria's pictures seem to be worshipping someone as they circle around where they buried Sarah. They draw a pentagram-shaped emblem above her grave with luminous light rods. At the same time, the transformation occurs to Sarah as she is trapped from a bloodied plastic membrane. The following day, Sarah is reborn as she emerges from the ground with a flawless, healthy, and completely hairless body. Beside her is a gift-wrapped box, with a note saying, "Happy birthday." Meanwhile, Tracy walks into Sarah's room in their apartment. She is surprised that there are candles around Sarah's bed while she's under the blanket. Still, Tracy apologizes for telling everyone about Sarah's situation. When Sarah doesn't reply, she removes the covering, revealing hairless and naked Sarah. The door closes, and Sarah grabs Tracy's wrist, inviting her to lay down beside her. Feeling scared of Sarah's strange behavior, she lies down next to her. Sarah bids Tracy goodbye, for she's about to be a star. She kisses Tracy, and it turns out that Sarah is suffocating her roommate with blood from her mouth until she dies. She then opens the gift box, including a black gown, a long brunette wig, and a silver pentagram necklace. Sarah then looks in the mirror, admiring herself while wearing the gifts and her eyes glowing green. Like what it seems, this story revolves around an aspiring actress who sacrificed her friends to become famous. Some scenes show Sarah to be corrupt and depraved on the inside, the reason why the casting director sees potential in her and even sees her true nature. These individuals have realized that Sarah is so corrupt and evil that she is willing to sacrifice others to gain fame and money. That is why she was chosen. They'd like Sarah to join their cult because she's like them. Subscribe to watch more videos like this. Turn on notifications. And leave a like, it really helps the channel out. Thank you for watching.